Welcome to another installment of On the Rhodes. This is episode 18, the Hot Springs National Park episode. The smallest and arguably the oldest of America's national parks, Hot Springs revolves around 47 boiling brooks of geothermally warmed water that once enveloped this corner of Arkansas in ethereal cloak of steam and are invested, many people insist, with healing powers. The water is regurgitated rainfall, deep heated during a dramatic 4,000-year journey from mountaintop into the bowels of the earth and back again. Hot Springs doesn't suffer from the sulfur stink that most spa towns have to endure, and the colorless water is pumped into jug fountains where you can taste the famous magic mountain juice with rumored restorative properties. Font of youth or simple nature's gift, the spring has been phenomenally popular for centuries, and the area has attracted human activity for millennia. The park is open all year, but it can get very busy in the summer months, especially during July. Winters are mild and wildflowers begin to burst into bloom on the mountainsides from February. The national park is found downtown in the Arkansas city of Hot Springs, 300 miles east of Dallas, Texas, and 200 miles west of Memphis. Hope you enjoyed this preview. Welcome to episode 18 of On the Roads. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for episode 18. Yeah, we're 18 episodes in and still going. Well, a couple of weeks in, doing really good here at the new spot. I'm loving it. This past weekend, I bought some cigars and I also bought some beer, sat on the balcony, had a good time, just finished unpacking, all that good stuff. Our featured national park will be Hot Springs National Park. Man, Arkansas. So the guys that own the barbecue place out here, Rolling Smoke Barbecue, are from Arkansas. If you see some of my intros, you'll see that I'm wearing a hat with a pig on it. It's their business. I love it. I'm in love with their barbecue. If you're ever in the Vegas area, come check them out. They have a really good menu. My specialty is catfish. I sneak in there and get me some catfish on the regular. When I went out to Arkansas, I got near Hot Springs. There was a rest stop. Some of the states, like Texas, you can stay for 24 hours. Arkansas is kind of the same depending on where you are. I was at this giant rest stop. They had places you can park. You have your own picnic table and things like that. Well, I stayed at a rest stop when I got in Arkansas. I was like, man, I'm just going to ride it out. I wasn't too far away from Hot Springs, and the campground that's near Hot Springs was booked up. No problem. Stayed at the rest stop. Didn't get the knock. It was quiet. There were some trucks out there. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm there to camp and have a good time. To get to Hot Springs, I had to go through a national forest. One of the things I left out when I was doing a lot of traveling, I was in a lot of national forests, and they're beautiful. I was in one of the biggest ones in the United States. I forgot what state it is. I'm going to have to look it up and get back to you on it. But just to drive alone to get in Hot Springs was awesome. Big mountain pass, giant forest, end up in Hot Springs. Interesting fact about Hot Springs, the national park is a town. It was built on top of these hot springs. They have bathhouses. There's one functioning bathhouse that still is up and operational. People used to come there because they believed that the water had healing properties. So people would pay money and come there like a resort, and they'd soak in, then they do all different kinds of other therapeutic things they would believe to have to leave there feeling like they've been revitalized. All around this city that you're walking around, they have shops, they have breweries, they have fountains, but it's a national park. It's free to get in. Inside the visitor center, it's an old bathhouse. So once you get into the visitor center, you can go upstairs and they have locker rooms for males and females. You can get massages and all that stuff. They also have fountains set up around the town where you can go and you can fill up your water jugs or whatever you want to do. I filled up one of my water jugs. My daughter had an opportunity to taste it. She said the water tastes pretty good. The water was too hot when filled it up. The water runs about 100 degrees. Some of the fountains, which I'll show, some people were there soaking their feet. It's all good, you know. You could see steam coming off the water. I went to a brewery to have lunch. It was one of the popular breweries, and the beer I was drinking was made from the water from hot springs, which I thought was pretty cool. So it was hot springs, one functioning bathhouse. You can still go there. The whole experience takes about an hour and a half. All the other bathhouses, a couple of them, you can go in there and see some of the old stuff. Some of them have been converted into shops, but you can go in there and check them out and walk around. On the porches of the bathhouses, they have rocking chairs and different places you can sit and just hang out. But it's a pretty amazing place. I spent about a half a day there. Then they have a mountain. You can go up to this mountaintop. They also have some displays, and you can, if you want to, you can get some more water. They have cups and everything. You can drink the spring water. So it's pretty cool. Kind of remote because you have to go over the mountain pass. There wasn't a lot to see in that part of Arkansas I was in. It was still a good time nonetheless. I'm glad I stopped there. There was a lot of people there walking around. It only cost me $10 to park. I parked in the parking garage. There are places on the street you can park, but I was like, man, I'm just going to go ahead and just spend the money, park in the parking garage. And I had all my camping stuff, so I had to put up my camp shades, even though we were in the parking lot. One of the things that is getting tough, like I told you in prior episodes, when you go out and you're trying to camp, people are breaking in the cars. So enclosed parking was the way I went, but the people were nice. Went into some shops, did some shopping, bought some stuff, ate some food, and I left Arkansas and I headed on into Florida. Did I? Oh yeah, down through Alabama. I ended up in Florida that night. I ended up at Hot Springs really early. It's well worth the trip. The town is well worth taking a look. You should drive and check it out. There's some other history there too, as far as hot springs go. Babe Ruth is known for being there. They used to have, let's see, Babe Ruth. I'm gonna read this to you. Babe Ruth was at spring training there in 1918. He hit a 573-foot home run, which landed in the Arkansas alligator farm. They have an alligator farm out there. There is a home plate out there that marks the spot where he hit it. You can go out there and do a self-guided if you want, and it tells you all about the history of baseball connection with Hot Springs. October 22nd, 1953, Jackie Robinson played an exhibition game at JC's Field in Hot Springs. So there's some baseball history. Hank Aaron, at 18 years old, he played with the Indianapolis Clowns, and he played it in one of 12 games in the Negro League World Series against the Birmingham Black Barons. So the Negro League was out there too as well. But I thought that was pretty cool. You can go out there and you can actually stand in a spot where Babe Ruth blasted a 573 footer, So, yeah, baseball history there, therapeutic properties, definitely worth the trip. And the weather was beautiful. It was nice out, wasn't too hot because you're up in elevation a little bit. So it was fun. Merch wise, I got shirts in white. Check that out. How do you like that? I like this one. It's pretty cool. We try to do something with the colorway. So those are 25. And of course, We still have the regular black color that goes for 25, and we still have hoodies. I just got some new hoodies in as well. You can get your hoodies for 35. You can get them now and hold on to them until it gets cold outside. Some nights it's been chilly here. We we haven't hit the heat yet. The heat is coming. But last night when I was working, I had on long sleeves under my work shirt. So it's been comfortable. We haven't had the heat wave yet. I just read an article. They are talking about we are under a drought. The whole United States, we don't have as much water as we've had over past years, but the drought is pretty bad. I know in some states they've been flooding and it's been raining its ass off, but we're still in a drought. We're I don't know what's up with the weather, the water. When it rains, we have to find some way to harness that water instead of letting it just, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know how that water stuff works, but we got to do something about that. I'm going to be having some guests coming on soon. Thanks for that have been checking in. Just was interested in a spot, and we're going to get a couple people on here in the near future, which is going to be pretty cool to have some people on here and promote their business. I'm still trying to get the other guests to come on so we could talk out some topics to discuss. Come on. I know you're busy, but you got to get you on here. Also, the Colorado trip is a go. Manitou Springs, we're coming out there. I hear this is kind of a rainy season. It rains in the afternoon. We're going to try to do the Manitou Incline. I've been looking for places to camp. Not a lot of places to camp unless you pay. Not a lot of dispersed camping, but I found a couple of places that are inexpensive. Probably be a little chilly there. I was looking at the weather. Goes down to in the 30s, 40s at night, but that's okay. I'm just going to be happy to be out there camping. One of the routes that I put in on the GPS to see how I was going to get there, because Colorado Springs and then Manitou Springs is right there. So I was like, oh, I'm trying to figure out my route because halfway through I'm going to have to camp anyway. Get off work Thursday morning on the 7th of May. Start driving automatically. Come home, take a shower, get dressed, start driving. Drive until I'm tired, and then I'll look for camp. I think I found a cool place to camp on the way. But the one route said chains required. So hopefully wherever that snow is in the higher elevations, I hope you're going before I get out there. If not, I'm going to have to go the southern route. I'm going to have to go down and come up through Albuquerque and south to north. If I go to one that says chains, I'm going to go northern route up through Utah and over to Denver and drop down. We'll see what happens though. But yeah, so that trip's a go. All my camp stuff is back in the car. I put it back in there, ready to go. But it's going to be funny. This episode is coming fast. I think there was almost a month gap between episode 16 and 17. I wanted to get, upon request for this Hot Springs episode, I wanted to go ahead and get the Hot Springs episode out. I'll post some pictures up there so you can see how beautiful the bathhouses are. And like I said, you can knock it out in a half a day. That's doing lunch, and that's actually driving up the mountain. The mountain is a 2-lane until you get halfway up. Then it turns into a 1-lane. Pretty steep, but you don't see anything until you get up to the top. I'll try to, in the intro, at the end, you'll see a pan around. That panning is me at the top of the mountain. So you'll get to see that. But definitely go check out Hot Springs in Arkansas. Oh, under the sea pottery. I'm still drinking out of my cup. Well, I did on my social media, I did a contest. And the contest, the question is, and I'll ask the question again here on the cast. There is one thing that's constant since I started episode 1, and you have to go back to different episodes, all episodes, and see. But 98% of the time, there is one thing that I have on all the time, and it's not my sunglasses, it's not my earphones, but you have to be specific. You can't just generalize. And I've made a point of doing this to see if anybody caught on to it. I only told one person what it was. Rebecca, who watches the cast, you were close. She came up with one answer, but I told her that she had to be more specific. So she's the closest so far. And whoever gets it, will get a free t-shirt. I'll send you a free t-shirt, and you just let me know the size, but you got to get the question right. If nobody gets it after I post episode 18, when I get into episode 19, if no one gets it, I'll go ahead and ask another question. I'm working on a remote thing when I go to Colorado. I'm going to do some broadcasting from there. I might even go live for a little bit. I won't have my on the Rhodes microphone. I'm probably going to go live because my travel friends, they've been to Colorado skiing over the years. Love Colorado. We'll talk about some of the things they've done over the years as far as camping, and we'll build up some excitement for this Manitou Incline. If you don't know what the Manitou Incline is, you got to look it up. This shit's intense, and you're up in elevation. And I'm getting there Thursday night. I should be in Colorado. I'll probably have to drive another couple of hours to get into Manitou on that Friday. But I'm gonna have to walk around and try to do as much as I can to get acclimated to the elevation, because we're gonna be mile high. We're gonna be up there. And then you're still gonna have to walk up the incline. And I forgot where they say you're starting at the incline. You might be at 8,000 feet starting at the incline. And then I think there's 1,000 feet of steep elevation on these stairs. And if you look, it looks intense. I saw some people on social media, they had ran a marathon a few weeks prior to them doing the incline, and they were sucking air. It's going to be tough. And they do have escape routes. As you go up, every little bit, there's places you can stand and you can rest, and there's a couple of benches where you can sit and have some food and try to get your breath back before you keep going. Or if you can't make it, you can bail and go back down. So they have those options. If you can't make it all the way up, you can still bail. And also, you don't have on the way down, you don't have to come down the steps. They have a place where you can hike down. And the hike seems like it's a pretty cool hike. So we're going to plan about 3 hours to do this. And then we'll eat a shitload of food afterwards, because I know I'm going to be tired, hurting. So we'll be doing that. And it's good to see you guys again. And guess what? We got episode 19 coming up. My goodness. I'm trying to think what national park we're going to hit next on that. Let me think. What national park? If somebody go in my comments or go on my social, let me know what national park you want me to feature next. But if not, I'll just pick one and throw it out there, so we can keep the national park thing going. I might do Acadia. I don't think did I do Acadia? I'm gonna have to go back and check. Maybe do Acadia. If not Acadia, I'll do Congaree. I'll do Congaree, but I'll do one of those two. I'll do a couple of East Coast national parks, and maybe the Everglades. We'll see. I also did Biscayne. Biscayne was pretty cool too. But yeah, we'll jump in. We'll jump into to another national park. But guys, this has been On the Roads. As you know, I am Donovan. I will see you on the next one. Take care.